All right, so I used this dog crate and I packed it full with cardboard all around the sides and the bottom. Thick layer of cardboard, and I have this duff, detritus underforest floor that I made out of house compost. This is some rich soil right here, folks. Nice and soft. And I laid a nice bed, added some sawdust in there as well. And I added a couple pounds of red wigglers, about 2,000, 3,000 red wigglers. I added at the bottom, and at the end, I added some at the top after I laid her in there. So the concept here is to have the red wigglers and the biodiversity that follows these heavenly creatures do their magic on my Jenny. And I know this can be very difficult, so the next video, part of it is kind of hard. So that day, I prepped the composting casket prior, and then I knew Jenny was moving on, so I laid her gently in there in a trampoline netting, the protecting netting so you don't fall off a trampoline. I wanted to make sure I got all her bones intact and fur, and I covered her. I wrapped her gently in this, and as you can see, and then I put some moist cardboard on top. So this is her resting place for 1 year. Then I added some more awesome detritus underforest floor, duff, and I laid her down gently in this composting casket. I know this video can be very hard, but I think this holds a lot of possibilities for not only our pets, but ourselves as well, that we can do it ourselves as far as taking care of our precious animals and pets. So if this does insult somebody, please let me know in the comments how you feel. It's all new. It's not the first animal that I've vermented or fed to my vermiculture. And as you can see, I added some more sawdust. And again, it was about a year and some months that I had her laying here. And then I capped it, and so nothing else could get in there. I think I had just the right moisture. So there was no smell ever of anything dying because I, of course, covered it in some awesome material. And then a year and some months, I took it apart and I got every bone and all of her fur in one spot. The red wigglers and, of course, the biodiversity that follows those heavenly creatures did a great job on there. And now this is my typical Eve bucket. I do this with 55-gallon drums, and I do this with buckets and all kinds of different bins. One design, many purposes. So right now I'm making the inner aeration tube slash so the conduit doesn't clog at the bottom there. Put tons of hole in this can. Use what you have. I've used wired meshes, but I find that this works good. It's available. This aluminum never, even the printing on there lasts forever. So it's just a great inner city growing tool, I think, that is free all day long. This sock was from a Vernmenting cycle. I use it. It's nylon, so it makes a great screen, so nothing can get into this aeration tube, and it allows aeration to go within the bucket itself. Put that right over the half-inch conduit hole there, and there you are. There it is. This is going to be a grow tower rather than a Vernmenting bin, and of course, clothing all day long. This is 100% cotton t-shirt, a couple of them, that I'm going to put as a wicking material, because at the bottom of this bin, you can regulate how deep you want the water to go, high or low. I put this rubber band on here just so the clothing doesn't fall in while I'm putting the material in. And pack it with anything, folks. Use what you have. 100% cotton is the bomb. Here's Jenny now. Now I'm going to be placing her into, first of all, I added my favorite pair of blue jeans that had a bunch of holes in it, and of course it's 100% cotton. I love these jeans. They're very old, by the way, but there was a little paint on it. Put that at the bottom. And then I added another, I guess I'm adding another 100% cotton sheet, pillowcase type thing in here. This will eventually break down and turn into worm castings. The whole thing will be nothing but soil at the end of it all. We'll keep you posted on how it looks after. Hopefully the plants will take. Now I'm adding some duff mixed with micro shredded cardboard. And I'm going to add my Jenny. This dog was a great dog on so many levels. She chewed up a lot of my Apple products, my iPads, a couple iPads she chewed up, a couple iPhones. She definitely was trying, but I love this dog. She was a great dog for many reasons. Got us out walking. Anyway, I know this is very difficult for most. And again, please put your comments at the bottom if you would. The pros and cons. I'm really looking for people's information on here to see if this is a good thing or bad thing. And this is all of our fur. So all of my dog's remains ended up in this 6-gallon bucket where I'm going to grow an ivy plant. This is all of it right here. And then I capped it so you can notice very little soil that I've added to this container, right? And micro shredded cardboard all day long, folks. Get yourself a shredder. It's great for cat litter, and it's great for growing in containers as it retains moisture very well and adds good aeration within the soil. So now I'm going to fill the bucket up to the top. As you notice, the conduit to the right there allows me to fill this bucket pretty full, to the very top almost. All right, you'll see as the video plays out, just to get everything down there. Those Jenny's bones, of course, are going to add some great aeration. I did add about 5 red wigglers. It's not a good idea to add reds into houseplants, I don't think, because eventually they turn all this material into muck, and I'm still working with the thought, but we'll see. So then Jenny's in there. I've got her all topped off. And now I'm going to take the rubber band off and put the rest of this cotton material into the bin so you don't see that. So those who are looking at these plants after they take, they're going to be wondering what's inside here. This is what's inside here. Anything, folks. We have the power to grow food anywhere and everywhere using very little. All this biodiversity from our composting that we throw away every day has immense value. So we should start treating it that way, where all is sacred, nothing wasted. And then what I did is I just started poking some house plants in here, and this will be a part of a tower. And I'll put, I was going to do a cherry tree with Jenny, but right now I don't have access to the proper spot to put a cherry tree. So I'm just going to put her in this one temporarily, maybe, or maybe if I have a cat too, if something happens to our cat, maybe I'll put her on top. And you'll see at the end what I mean by that, how you can have a whole tower of your animals in your house while you're growing plants. All this dust flying around, I just ripped up that cotton, 100% cotton towel, so you see a little dust flying around there. So these houseplants, I'll keep you posted on what they look like after all is said and done. They've been doing pretty good. These eave towers are amazing. They definitely compete with hydroponics and aeroponics because you can go long periods of time without watering it, and you're using all this organic material that otherwise would go to the landfill. So I hope this video isn't too offensive. Please, again, leave a comment on your thoughts, pros and cons. This is Mark from Eve Growing, over and out. Girl, Jenny. Where's Squirrel? Get that squirrel. Getting tired? Huh? We will most certainly heal this planet, one urban farmer at a time.